Hi everyone and welcome to this brand new video. Today I will be reviewing / comparing two products. Control by Murphy's Magic versus the Silent Assistant from Sansminds. Great products, a review right after the intro. Let's get started with this review / comparison. Now, as you know, this is not a single trick. These effects are really just tools for magicians that you can adapt to different tricks. Because of that, I really didn't want to make a performance. You know what it is, so I really didn't see a point of really performing one of the tricks. We will be reviewing and comparing Silent Assistant versus Control. One of them being produced by Sansminds, the other one produced by Murphy's Magic. And just holding them next to each other, we can already start comparing them. As you can see, one of them is slightly smaller than the other one. There's over here, the Silent Assistant costs around $50, whereas Control, which is bigger and has more content in it, does cost $60. So there is a difference of $10 between them. So Control definitely wins regarding price and what you get with it. Okay, in here you get only your gimmick, which is sort of the invisible PK ring. I'm pretty sure you know what the method behind this is. One of them even exposes in the trailer, Silent Assistant, what the gimmick looks like. Okay, but still, I just don't like to point out what the gimmick is exactly in this video. Just a personal decision. Okay, so $50 here, $60 here. You only get the gimmick here with a few little things that help you out additional to it, which is not a big deal in my opinion. And here you get your gimmick along with some great additional things that you can use your gimmick with. Okay, so this is a whole kit, whereas you have here the gimmick only. Okay, so that's the first thing. The instructions of both of them are online streamable. Both of them are really great. I have nothing to complain about them. They really go into in-depth explanations of effects, ideas, and how all the things really work. So I really have nothing to complain about that. One of them is classic Murphy's Magic quality, which is great. And the other one, it's like the Hollywood of Magic, Sansminds Magic quality, which I really love. At least like video quality, right? When it comes to the gimmicks, I'm gonna tell you right away, I don't really have a certain decision where I would say I'm definitely gonna use this one or that one. They both have advantages and disadvantages comparing them against each other, okay? They both have really good things and bad things too. Let's get started with Control, what the gimmick looks like. The gimmick is pretty invisible. It has this some sort of bump in it. If you know what it looks like, you will know what I mean. Some of you might not think of it as a problem. In my opinion, it's also not a problem. But comparing it to this one, this really blends in very well in your hand. You really don't see it. You can show your hand and no one will see that gimmick. This really looks good. Okay, I have to say that. With this one, this looks a little more shiny. Okay, with shiny I mean if you are in this position and if the specters look into your hand, there is a chance of them really catching on it. This is more invisible. However, this being more invisible does not mean that this is better quality than this one. Because this is the point where I am thinking the opposite. The gimmick with Control looks more like a quality product. Okay, you see there has gone a lot of thoughts into building it. With this one, even though it looks very invisible, it looks, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it looks cheap. What I mean by that is just I'm imagining this being made in like 2 minutes, it's just a number, whereas this one, 10 minutes. Okay? I mean, the numbers are incorrect, but you see that difference between them, what I mean, right? So that's that. this looks better, but this is better quality in my opinion. When it comes to which one performs better, I'd say control. The reason for that is it is basically just stronger. Okay? For example, here in Europe, we have the €2 coin, which is magnetic, at least the middle part of it. And when performing with the €2 coin, control is way better using because you can be quicker with your hand motions and it will still work. It will still make that coin disappear. Whereas with Silent Assistant, you can make it disappear, but you have to go in slow motion, and even then, you are risking to drop the coin by accident. Okay, so this is very strong, at least compared to Silent Assistant. So there is not much risk compared to Silent Assistant. Okay. However, one thing regarding performance, what I like more about Silent Assistant is the fact that when you make something disappear and it attaches to the gimmick, it is pretty much silent. So Silent Assistant is really true compared to control. When doing it with control, there is this clicking sound that you really hear. This might not be a problem if you really perform at a loud environment, at least like outside or anything like that. But still, this is more silent. Of course, this also has something to do with the object that you make disappear. The heavier it is, the more you will hear that clicking sound, even with Silent Assistant. However, this is still more silent than control, which might be something that is very important for you. Keep that in mind. One thing that I also want to mention is something I have noticed with the gimmicks. The thing that makes the gimmick work. I don't want to say what it is. I'm pretty sure you know what it is. What makes the things disappear, right? It is pretty loose, I'd say, with control. And this is not like something that they have done wrong. They wanted it to be loose so you can take it off and do something else with it. It is something that is done on purpose. However, I noticed when doing some vanishes or anything like that, I am like hearing the secret thing inside the gimmick moving, okay, which I really didn't like. With this one, it is stuck into it, so you can't really move it. It is stuck in it, it doesn't move, it's there forever, okay? This is just a little thing that I wanted to mention because it's something I noticed and didn't really love about control. Also very important to mention, when you wear these gimmicks, with control, you feel it's there, you know whether it's like very securely on you or if it got loose, if you really have to readjust it, you feel it. I mean, if you pay attention to it while wearing, you won't have any difficulties, okay? It's pretty securely on you. Of course, the heavier the objects you make disappear, the more this will sort of come off of you. Which is of course the same with Silent Assistant too. With Silent Assistant, the only positive thing, which also might be considered as a negative thing, is it is more unnoticeable from the point of the magician. You barely feel you're wearing it, okay? This might be something positive again, or something negative. It's really up to you what you think of it. I felt it's like right in between. Sometimes it really got loose and I didn't feel it, which is of course something that turns it more to a negative thing, but not feeling it might also be something positive. As I've said before, something you have to decide yourself. They are pretty safely on you. You can control them while wearing them and readjust them, but both of them are of course not as secure as a PK ring, which is of course a downside. Even though, yeah, you don't see it, there is no attaching going on the ring, but still, it's not as securely on you as a PK ring, which is something you have to consider before buying it. In my opinion, a very important selling point. You have to really get used to it, so it is really tight on you. Now, last words about these effects. Both of them are well done. This is like more quality product than this one in my opinion. Also, as always, keep in mind, these are my personal opinions about these products. If I had to choose one of them, I would really tend to control. because it is just looks more of quality. It looks like more thought went into it, and it is a whole kit compared to Silent Assistant. They cost around the same price. This costs $10 more, but you get more things inside to perform with, and it's just a little kit that really covers every point of it. Okay, it doesn't matter which objects you can make it disappear with or how you can get rid of the gimmick. They really thought a lot regarding the content that you get in here. So I would tend to use Control, but as I've said at the beginning, both of them have advantages and disadvantages that you have to think about. And I have really gone through all of the things I wanted to mention in this video that might make your choice a little easier which one to choose. I would tend to Control, but this is also not a bad product. It's really up to you. Make your decision, get one of those. This really might be a very good alternative to the PK ring, if you mind about it being seen as a ring. But that's it. Control and Silent Assistant, Murphy's Magic versus Sansminds. Great product. You can check them out at any Murphy's Magic dealer, one of them being testmatzaubatikel.de. The link is in the description box below. That's it. I hope to see you next time.